What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the Baseline Frequency. And I'm your host, Brian, aka Scope the Producer. And this is season 2. It's officially here. This season, we're talking about smarter upgrades, not louder systems. And today we're starting with something a lot of bass heads ask about. Dun dun dun. The bass knob. Let's get on into it. Does a bass knob make your system louder? Does it upgrade your system? Or is it just one more thing people buy because it looks cool? Well, let's break it down. First off, let's talk about what a bass knob actually is. Some people get this twisted. Most people, especially my vets, know what it is. It's not really that hard. Let's get it. So, a bass knob, sometimes called a remote bass control. And what it does, it lets you adjust the bass level from the driver's seat. That's it. Instead of reaching under the seat, if you got your amp up under the seat, or in your trunk. So, basically, instead of getting out the car and turning the gain on the amp, the knob lets you control that signal from the dash. And many bass knobs are essentially remote gain controls that adjust the signal level feeding the subwoofer's amplifier. Think of it like a remote control for your subs. Got it? Cool. Now, let's talk about what a bass knob ain't. This is a real important myth buster because some people getting this twisted. I don't know how, but, well, let's just do it. Here's the part a lot of people get wrong. A bass knob does not magically create more bass. Ooh. It doesn't increase the system power. It simply adjusts the signal level going to, drum roll, the amplifier. Yeah. So your subs can only play as loud as the power, box, and electrical system allows. Basically, that knob ain't hiding a secret 500 watts inside of it. So, woo. Could y'all imagine if it did, though? Well, anyway, moving on. That would be cool, wouldn't it? And it probably cost a whole lot more than what it cost. But, let's talk about why people use them. So, if it doesn't add power, why do you all want them and use them? Number one, different songs have different bass levels. This is a good one. See, some tracks hit hard already, and others need just a little bump. So, remote bass controls let you adjust bass depending on the music you're listening to. Hip hop, for instance, it might need more bass. You like that bass when it hits hard. But then flip it to the other side, country music or rock might not. It might need less bass, So, yeah. And then number 2, easy adjustments while driving. Nobody wants to stop the car, pop the trunk, and mess with that amp. First of all, that'd be crazy, but I digress. I don't know. Number 3, demo control. Oh yeah, that word demo again. So when you're showing off the system, you can either turn it up or you can turn it down quick. Alright, so let's talk about when a bass knob helps your system. Now, this is where I think this will be considered the upgrading of your system. A bass knob isn't really a performance upgrade, but it is a control upgrade, meaning either bass control, again, easier bass control, better system balance, more flexibility. So if your system is tuned right, all the bass knob does is just let you fine tune it. Again, if your system is tuned right, the bass knob just lets you fine tune it. Basically even a little bit more. So, yeah. Now since we talked about that, let's talk about when a bass knob can hurt your system. So this part is crazy because I've seen people do it. But if you turn that knob too far up, all you really doing is raising the signal level, which can cause clipping and distortion. And as you can already remember, back in season 1, episode everything, that's all we talked about was distortion. We all know what distortion will do, and that clipping. I mean, if your gains are already high and you crank the bass knob all the way up, you can start sending distortions to your subs. Once again, that's how voice cords get cooked without seasoning salt. How cheesy was it, y'all? But you know what I'm saying? This here it'll fry that voice cord, and then there you go, back to the store getting another speaker, subwoofer. I know you don't want to do that. So let's keep those distortion levels down. Cut that bass knob down. I mean, if it's gonna take all that power for for a bass knob, you probably need to stop and listen to your system again. Make sure that you got everything correct, because bass knob only helps out. It enhances your system if you already got it going good. You know. It's just one of them things, but don't burn up. Don't boil that speaker, please. Cook something else. If you need to cook something else. Okay, so look, check this out. How you gonna use it? This is the way you correctly use this bass knob. Now, good rule. Number 1, tune the amp first. Got me? Number 2, set gains properly. Number 3, use that knob for small adjustments, not big adjustments, small. And many installers tune the system with the remote knob near its maximum so that the amplifier is already set safely. So, in that case, use the knob for adjustment, not as permanent volume control. Once again, if an installer tunes the system with the remote knob near its maximum, so the amplifier is already set safely, Then use the knob for adjustment, not as a permanent volume control. Now, so I guess what we need to do now is talk about, do you actually need one? That's more of a personal thing. But real talk, some people swear by bass knobs, and then some people never touch them. So, like I said, it depends on the music variety, the driver preferences, system tuning. But if your system is already tuned right, you probably don't need one. I mean, keeping it real, you really probably don't need one. So, just something to play with, nothing big. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, my good friends, let's talk about this week's bass track of the week. Now, just if you do got one, or if you decide to get one, if you want to test your system, especially your low end and how your bass control responds, well, I believe this one is going to hit, because it's basically what type of bass it has. I'm not sure. It might be deep. I know it's going to be deep, punchy. I don't think it's going to be a fast kick. Maybe not. Maybe. You know what? I'm just leave it to your imagination. I'm just kidding. I'm going to let it be a surprise. But I know one thing. It's going to be good for testing. So if you got your bass knob, you can tweak and turn it up and turn it down if you want to. But this track is good for checking how your subs respond when you adjust that bass knob. You know, what we just got through talking about. So let's run it through your system and see how it sounds. And you know what I'm saying, y'all? Put it in the comments and let me know what you think about the bass knob. So let's stop talking about it and do what we do.
See, now we talking about hijacking the bass, y'all. Okay. Title of the bass track of the week is Hijacking the Bass.
Your bass is under my control, don't try to get it back.
So what you think? Was it everything your ears hoped and dreamed? Yeah. But seriously, let's do a real quick recap. So here's the truth about bass knobs. One, they don't add power. And they don't fix a bad system. They control the signal level, and they're for convenience and tuning only. Oh yeah, if you just want to play around with it and scare people on the street, I mean, you know, you do you. Boo boo do you. Control is not magic, point blank. So, let's get on into it. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Hey yo, do me a big favor, hit the follow so you don't miss the next drop. And let me stop for a second. When I say Apple Podcast, that's coming up, y'all. I'm sorry. I realized from the last episode that I did not do the RSS feed, and I'm pretty sure a few of y'all know about it because I got I got comments. I got some comments. So you know what? I'm gonna get that straight, y'all. Just give your boy a second. I got it. It's coming. It's coming. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try and get it done for this first episode. And from what my understanding is, and all the other episodes will pop up too. So yeah. But season 2 is all about smarter upgrades, and that's what we're gonna keep on talking about. This is episode 1. In the next episode, we're talking about another upgrade people either get right or completely wrong. I'll tell you about that in the next one. So we gonna stop right here. It's your boy Brian, aka Scope the Producer. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging with me. And we out, like always. Until the next time.